Vox Populi, Vox Dei, the ringing bells just sounded. Serbia is what you guys have chosen. Shout out to my lad who asked about a Serbia guide, and welcome to my writing clock EU4 guide. Today we play as Serbia, definitely one of the Balkans nations ever made. Starting as Serbia, we do have two guidelines. There is one, submit to the Pope, and ask the Emperor for protectorate. Basically conquer one Catholic province such as that, and convert yourself to the Western Christianity, thus disgracing your ancestors. Or be a shed and become the last bastion of the Orthodox Church in the Balkans, by totally not criminal and based ways. That being said, the Pope are cringe and icons are broken, so start by the state setup. We're gonna start by giving the +1 money privilege to all states. For the burghers, giving debt to the burghers and free enterprise. For the nobility, increase the levies and supremacy over the crown. For the patriarchs, clerical ministry and oversight by the patriarchs. As soon as we start the first war, we will also give the expansion auxiliary. Recruit troops into the depleted manpower in order to try forcing the nobility to give us a specific agenda. Summon the diet and pick your cheaper advisor. Seize land, and remember to cancel your troops. If you're hungry, start by arriving you restart. It's not worth enough continue playing when you need to fight the Hungarians right from the bat. We want to go after the big guys, such as Austria and Poland. If you play your cards correctly, we can even call them to stop the menacing Turks, so improve with them and try to grab one diplo slot for you. Alliance or a royal marriage should be just fine. Now delete your cavalry and start to recruit your force limit infantry. Multiply your forts and start building a spy network in Bosnia, while we do improve your relations with Hungary. For your advisors, go for a prestige guy, a diplo reputation if you can, or improve relations dude if it's a level 1, I will be choosing trade efficiency, and for the new advisor we will be picking our cheap guy. Fear not, it's completely normal to start diplomatic isolated as Serbia. We don't have many choice, only Bosnia and Herzegovina is the one that you usually can ally, but we do want to conquer them, so don't even think about it. For your rivals, go for Bosnia, Wallachia and Herzegovina. I will be also improving my relations with Poland. If we can grab a real alliance or even a royal marriage with them, we will be greatly improving your early game. And cheap guy. Nice. We do start with a Kosovo gold mine, and if we play our cards correctly, we can even grab a hunt before the Austrians, Bohemians or even Poland can grab it. So economic wise, for the side of our nation we can pretty much punch twice as hard. That being said, we will start by improving the Kosovo gold mine to at least 10 base production, even before grabbing the first diplomatic technology. So change the edit to include development and pump the diplo a little bit. See that you need to be aware of the diplomatic situation of your neighbors. Bosnia is improving relations with Hungary, and if you ever played a game of EU4, then you know that the AI just love to screw you with alliance networks. And Herzegovina is even allied with Wallachia, which usually got guaranteed by the Ottomans. So I just called my diplomat back for Poland, and I will be sending a scornful insult to one of our Hungary rivals, in order to help us a little bit, in order to get the alliance that we needed. You suck. And that's enough to give us a royal marriage with them, thus further increasing the chance of our alliance. And when you claim Bosnia is almost done, start paying for your forts and recruit a free company. It's okay to be a little bit over the force limit. Remember, we do have the future funds to pay off. And if you got a bit lucky, the Hungarians can't even guarantee you. Now what I want is to ally them before attacking Bosnia, in order to not give them more reason to not ally us after we conquer the province that they want. And after a bunch of improvement, we can finally grab a Hungarian alliance. Now we will be clicking some buttons. First, the Moravian arms that require us to build our force limit, which you did a little overbit, giving us some temporary modifiers to manpower and manpower recovery. And the despot Stefan's legacy, which if you have the Hungarians as your ally, you're getting a free car. give us Belgrade to our heart's content. And now we can even get a permanent modifier to the local defensiveness of Belgrade, and even more military power, making us really closer for the 4 mil tech. Now it's time to grab your dudes and attack Bosnia. The war should be quite easy, and they are allied with only Chile, which, as I have seen in multiple runs, is normally the only guys that they really can ally. So let your free company siege their capital, send your troops to siege the other province, and stand in the Chile capital. That should be enough to get the war over. For Chile, take money for operations, and you can even force religion for the YOLO moment. Nice. Which is not so nice is that AI love to screw with me and decide to attack Bosnia, which I do plan to originally take that 3 provinces and vassalize them in order to have the reconquest alliance against Herzegovina. But as you see, I'm really not of a match against Hungary, so I will just full conquer them, which is really unfortunately for us. In the best case scenario, you take that 3 provinces, vassalize them, attack Herzegovina, co-belligerent Wallachia, which was attacked by Poland right now, which got a insanely good early game RNG, and thus attack Wallachia in the 3 of the game, frustrating my plans of vassalize both Wallachia and Bosnia, and having 2 really good march. So, for annexation, max money, and that's all for now, but I do start build a spy network in Herzegovina in order to directly conquer them. Our first goal is to consolidate the Balkans and try to survive against the Turkish. For that, I will yet again start improve relations with both Austria and Poland. For new rivals, rival Albania. The Skanderbro is not that big of a deal in the hands of AI. And your next move is to wait till the Venetians die for the Turkish, which usually happens in the first 10 years of game, and then go after the Kyrgyzstan trade node province that they have. After all, is pretty much our only road to expansion. I'll be attacking Herzegovina and co-belligerent Wallachia. We do have some... Wait, what? I don't think that I understand what is going on. Poland was kind enough to leave Wallachia with 2 provinces, so we'll be attacking Herzegovina and co-belligerent them. Since they don't even have troops, it's a free war. Since they don't even have troops, it's free real estate. And now I live in a moment of AI given and AI taken. For Wallachia, vassalize them and the rival and take money. As for Herzegovina, they got attacked by Ragusa. And if you learn a little bit of the Balkan region, you might see that they start guaranteed by the Ottomans, and that's a golden opportunity to not have to fight the Turks in order to take the Ragusa province. So Herzegovina will be taking 1 province and vassalize them. And I might say that in the moment that the war is over, we can even ally the Emperor. So right now is indeed a good time to be Serbian. When you have taken the 2nd vassal, give the nobility the strong duchies. You have to keep them in check, and even give you more diplomatic relations slots. And RIP. Remember to whenever you can siege with only your mercenary troops. It's not worth your manpower. The mercenary companies have their own pool of manpower, so let them to waste men in siege. And now that Hungary really desires Bosnia, they're willing to break the relation with us. It's something that can happen, and I don't think that I can do anything about it. So it's unfortunately, but it's the RNGs of the game. Yeah, that's unfortunately, but it is what it is. Let's just pray that the Otokuks don't attack us right now. Wait, what? And when Ragusa is done, we will take the province to ourselves and max money. Now I'll be sticking with the Austrians and even trying an alliance with Poland or the Mamluks. Remember to always when you can, seize the land. Even if you get some rebels, it's worth in the long run. And always try to get the cheap advisors via our state's agenda. Now we do need to think careful about our next steps. The Ottomans do warn us, so we basically can't do shit about any nation that bothered us, because they also bother the Ottomans, and if we do declare in which one of them, you'll drag the Ottomans into the war, so probably our next target will be the Turkey itself. I'll be improving with some neighbors and rivals of them in order to try to grab a little bit of help. You see, sheer numbers is not something that really do work with the Orthodox. Their early game quality is impressive, and they even get some discipline on top of that, and after getting advisor, which they usually do in the start day, they became pretty much invincible to, well, anyone, to be fair. Maybe a horde nation can take down their army, but I don't think that our army is impressive enough. So that being said, I'll be trying to improve our force limit and our economy a bit in order to scale while we do grab a better diplomatic network. And that's easy indeed, unfortunately. Good luck, Skander bro, you might need it. And in order to help with that, I'll be making some full states. The manpower and the money will be quite helpful. And after the month tick, nice. I'll be also lowering the autonomy as well. Remember, a high autonomy province is almost like the province not even belong to you. And because the Ottomans are busy fighting Venetian and, well, a lot of other nations, I am quite tempted in declaring Venice as well. Remember, a nation cannot join the other side if they are already at war with them. And after 30 months of war, a nation cannot even join the war anymore. So I will probably ride my army and try to grab at least Zara to ourselves. I will be recalling one of my diplomats and stay in the border with Venice with my troops at full morale. We only need to grab the province as soon as you can and try to hold the ground. You see, I don't think that I will be accepting that. Remember, if the Ottomans can reach the Venetians, they can end the war quickly. And we want to delay that war for at least 30 months. See that war will not be that easy and can even cost us a lot. But right now is the only option that we really have in order to not fight the Turks so early in the game. So I will be declaring for the clan of my vassal. Cattaro is being occupied by the Ottomans right now, and we do really want to have a ticking war score. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Try to grab some quick wipes if you can and just move to the fort right away, such as that one here. And of course it's not a wipe. I'll be setting the attitude of my subjects to supportive, and also set my main stacks to a low attachment. And that's a wipe, right? In the meantime, don't forget to convert your province. Remember, Orthodoxy is broken, and local manpower will only be applied to the True Faith province. And if the Mr. Draculescu can build some troops, I will love to see that. And in order to help with the conversion of my province, I will be setting some state edicts to enforce religious unity, thus making the conversion way faster. Basically 2 less years to go. And for the patriarchs, I will be giving finally the expansion of zealotry, as well as the enforced unit of faith. And now we are rocking 3.1 missionary strength that will be further increased as your patriarchal authority grow high. And somewhat later we will be also giving the religious culture as well. First, we do need to grab at least 40 crawl land to ourselves in order to complete some missions. And of course, my vassals try to siege the land instead of attaching to me. Because that's what a game is supposed to do, right? Prestige, government reform, and even free admin power? Huh. Don't mind if I do. Wait. I know, it's not usual for me to interrupt you, at least for now, but I would like to thank you everyone which is supporting me. I'm somewhat new in all that content thing and thus really small, but not one, but 2 of my guides reach more than 1,000 people, which is incredible to say the least. So I would like to ask for a subscription if you enjoy the content and your thoughts in the comment section. Also, don't forget to click the like button, it's the one that is faced up, I swear. And with a luck bridge, we are able to take the fort with something like 1.5 years. And because we only want Zara and Spalato, we'll be sitting our butts until the war score go high. And that's what I will call a really mid her. Stefan dude, you probably will be falling off some stair, if you know what I mean. And because I see some Venetian troops come to us, I'll be taking some burger loans. And with that, I'll be recruiting some mercenary companies, the one that has the best general. In my case, will be the Tuscan Free Company, and probably another one like the Hazdux. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, which will be pump your troops a little bit of the force limit, but believe me, will be worth it. What I'll be trying to do is to try to bait them into attacking me into Han or at least one of our forts. And I know I said something about luring them into Han, but Treviso was feeling so lonely these days. And it's not like the AI can win a siege race, right? And now it's just a matter of wait again and praying to the Iron Jesus to favor us at least once. That could not be that hard, right? Don't you freaking dare to take that to yourself. Please. And of course they take it, but at least the siege is almost over. Nice, that was a quick one. And because the Ottomans love to frustrate me, I will be taking Spalato and Treviso as well. I will just need a bit more of war score. There is no way that I'm not going to take their province now, right? Of course. And for your first government reform, take a noble officer corps. We do already have a lot of manpower because of the orthodoxy mechanics, so a bit of professionalism and armed tradition is welcome. And with that we're even able to trick Spalato and Treviso, but I think that I will be willing to get a bit greedy. Nah, I think that is enough to me, and on top of that I will also take in some money. And yoink. And now what we have done is to avoid the Ottoman warning and open another expansion path to us into Italy. For the Venetian province, I'd recommend that you concentrate before conquering them. Will help us capital a little bit. And now what we'll be doing is to stabilize your economy a little bit by deleting some useless mercenaries, deleting some useless forts, and deal with some rebels. And we are even just about to force limit. So we'll try to keep around a little bit more the Tuscan Free Company and that, in order to help with the affairs of the rebels. And rip. Remember to whenever you can lower the autonomy of your province. And I think the Venetians are done for good right now. And for a new set of rivals, I will be picking someone which is also Austrian rivals, such as... not the Ottomans, definitely not the Ottomans, but the Papal State. We want to boost our relation the max amount we can, and by doing that we might even be able to join the EU4 and thus getting an extra layer of protection against the Ottomans. And don't forget to seize some land. And in order to help us with the conversion of the new conquered province, I'll be consecrating some metropolis in my state capital, thus giving us a bit more of patriarchal authority and boosting up our missionary stand a bit more. Of course you take that province. Of course you have done that. Because the cake is a lie and I probably do hate myself, I'll start build some buildings and improve some relations and to at least get a somewhat solid power base. And with some good Iron Jesus, I was able to grab a Bohemian alliance. Now it's just a matter of getting Poland. If we can grab the Mamluk as well, we'll be in a really powerful position, but that's not something that I'm really counting on. And that's, boys, what I call a good network. I probably will say that's overkill, but I don't really care, and have all the Ottoman's enemies in a somewhat coalition is just a pleasant thing to see. Now it's time to just curry some favors and destroy the Cooks. Brasilevo, which is our country capital, is indeed a defensive province, but a really bad one. So in order to make our lives easier, I'll be changing my capital to Treviso, which have a real fort, not only a capital one, and is far away from the Turks, which will even give us the ability to trade companies some province in Constantinople. And additional to that, we need to have a province that has connection to the Empire in order to join them. And with a scornful use to the Otobucks, Zinzalabin, join me in. And now we are indeed a Roman LARP. And with some luck, after annexing Ferrara, the Emperor itself, or Empress if I had to say, might even give us the Electorate, thus unlocking us the ability to change our government rank to at least Kingdom. So right now, I might say that we are in a really good position and almost ready to fight the Turks. And as they say, if you can't beat the Venetians, become the Venetians. And now I'll be doing two things. The first one is to set Valaquia as a mark. They do have some really good national ideas, and directly owning the province is worthless for me. They don't even belong to a strong trade node such as Constantinople or Ragusa is only past, and is not even that high dev enough to make me bother. So Mr. Drakulevsky, now you're a march. Please, at least build some troops now. The second one is to finally attack on the Ottomans. Even if I don't have the favors to call my allies for now, the province that my allies want and the province that I want for the Ottomans is not the same, and before they reach Miltech 6 is a good moment to beat them. So I'll be choosing my core and call all of my allies. Well, not Bohemia for now, but maybe during the war you might even be able to call them as well. So declare for Kotor and prepare to retreat to your lands. We don't really pose a threat against the Ottomans and really need our allies to make the job easier for us. So now, try to reach your allies in order to group your force. And as soon as your diplomats back and your resettling send diplomats quota expire, start build a spy network in the Ottomans. Whenever you see them engage into your allies' troops, try to grab some fight into the somewhat separate stacks. And because my allies are little chickens, I'll lose their fight. Ouch. And for some godforsaken reason you think that the Turks are weak, Valaquia has 4 defense in the national idea and they are a march. And for some godforsaken reason they have minus 15 for defense. Because the insane siege ability that the Turks have. Not even broken, they say. In order to make the Mamluks happy and willing to stay with us a little more in the war, I'll be giving them some of the Medinat province and take max amount of money that I can. And yoink. See that all the Turkish troops are now sieging down the Mamluks, so if we can take Gelibolu and Constantinople before they piece the Mamluks out of the war, is a free war for us. And that's the only and main reason that I really want to ally the Mamluks. They make a great cannon fodder. Oh, that is painful to see. Maybe we can reach them in time. Oh my god, look at how they decimated the Polands. Ooh. That is hard, dude. Maybe if the Herzegovinas... Nice! I'm so proud of you, dude. Now we just need to hold our grounds and wait for the Mamluks to be massacred. And because I'm afraid to lose my Mamluks buddy if the war got prolonged, I'll be taking some more or less province that I wanted. Starting with my cores, the Albanian province, and Ionia and Yarta in order to reach the Byzantines. Some money and war operation as well. Let's just pray that we don't lose the alliance for some trust issues. And yoink. And now our first Serbian-Turkish war is over, with a decisive victory for the Balkan people. And before anything else, we'll be releasing Bulgaria as one of our vassals. And as soon as I can, I'll start build a spy network in the Byzantines. Normally they don't even exist by now. So if you can, release them together with Bulgaria. Combined, they will give us a reconquest CB against the Ottomans for all the European province. And the rest of your province you can pretty much core them for yourself. Some of them are in your culture group and all of them is of your own religion, so it's a good deal. And that is unfortunately, but they serve the purpose, so that is something that we can work with. And with some state management, I was able to complete another of our missions, giving us some stability and well-needed prestige. Now I'll be working towards another one of our missions. So for that, I'll be seizing some land. And if you permit me, I will say that is some cursed in Jesus. And as they say, an army Byzantine is a free Byzantine. Corfu and Albania has been bringing back to life, and that really terrified me. For some reason, Corfu and Albania has been bringing back to life, and that really terrified me. As for the Venetians, I don't think they're having a good time. I swear to you, I lose my count about how many times I do need to bring back my stability to at least 0. And now I am living in regions. We can stay at minus stability for now. And that's it for the Greek navy. What the fuck, when I start consolidating the Balkans, the world itself start to be Balkanized. Even Crete is their own thing right now. That is a cursed timeline. For the Byzantines, I'll be making them my vassal, taking the max amount of money and end the rival with Athens. And speaking of Crete, I'll be attacking the Corfu ally and co-belligerent them. And for my first ideal group, I'll be taking quantity. We do have fairly decent military modifiers, but not exactly the force limit or even the man to rival with big powers like the Ottomans, the French, or even the Iberians. So quantity, together with religions, will be our second one, will give us a really good either to mid game. If you're a meta slave and don't like picking quantity, you can go with offensive or even defensive as well. The idea here is to mainly pick your first idea as a military one, and spare your admin and diplo in order to expand. And with Corfu out of the way, I can start attacking Achaea and Verona as well. Unfortunately, Achaea was able to grab Trent as an ally, but it's not that big of a deal. And rip. You guys remember that time in history when the Serbians invaded Crete Island? No? Huh, you might have skipped that class. I'll be declaring Verona as well. And wipe them right away. If I'm able to. Nice. And with the Crete 4 down, we'll be annexed both Corfu and Crete in just one go. Yoink. And the same fate of our max declaration of war will be given to Albania. We want to conquer them before they can grab any ally. And for Verona, give me that province, please. For Trent, we'll be taking money and the max amount of prestige that we can. And for religion as well for the left. As for Achaea, give me the province, please. And yoink. And now no one can say that our border is not getting prettier. Our next target will be Venice. For that, I'll start build some galleys in order to beat their navy, which might have less number than us, but remember, Venice is broken and they do have a heavy ship. So I built some galleys just to make sure. I'm not sure about that, but good luck. And Venice, my dude, I think that your time has come. Please do not resist. And rip. That's it for Venice. F in the chat for the proud Venetians, please. And because coalition can be a pain in the ass, I'll be grabbing the icon of St. Nicholas right away. In order to grab some improved relations and cool down the AE with the Italian minors a little bit, which will even give us some mystical strength and tolerance to the true faith for 20 years. Make the conversion way manageable. And that's it, with full annex Venice. Yoink. Now our position is way better. The Balkans is pretty much us and a bit of Croatian and the Ottomans, and we even take the Venice proper for ourselves. Now it's just a matter of embracing the institution and catching up in tech, as well as ideas, and we do have someone to catch up in ideas for at least the new ones. And now I think that is a good point to leave the video. We do expanded a lot and have somewhat beautiful borders. Unfortunately, we lost the Mamluks and the Bohemians as ally, but Bohemia is a subject of Austria for now, so they'll help us against the Ottomans anyway. Our economy has expanded a lot and we even not scale our debt, which means that we are in a really great position to just expand and take all the Ottomans for ourselves. In the tech screen, we are quite behind, but mainly because we haven't embraced the institution yet, and after we catch up in tech, we'll be taking our second idea group, which in my case, if I would continue playing, I will be picking a religious idea, and for my third idea, I will be picking a diplomatic one, diplomatic or trade, but probably trade for the massive 30% goods produced modifier that the both policy with quantity and religious give it. If you want to expand like a crazy and maybe, I don't know, are the weeaboos or Romans, for your third idea you will choose diplomatic and for your fourth idea you will be picking admin. If you want a more like chill game, go for trade for a third idea, economic for effort, or innovativeness, and after that pick quality. We will have an incredibly good economy and an incredibly good army, and at that point in game no one will be able to rival you. I know I am making a Serbia guide, but I strongly recommend that you form another nation, such as Byzantium for the mission tree, or Italy if you are willing to culture convert yourself to Italian culture, which is easy in the end of the day. Venetian is already on par with our primary culture, and Serbia really have a, I would say, a lackluster and not expiring mission tree. We only get some permaclans, and I know if you can complete your mission tree, we get one wholly max promoted culture, which is terrible, but 50% stability cost can be great in the later days. That being said, Serbia is one of the nations that is great for a start learning the game and incredibly fun with almost infinite possibilities. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. Shout out to my lad who asked about a Serbian guide, and type in the comment which nation you want to see a guide next time. See ya!